How do you claim back your style in every area of your life? So it's a little like a concertina file inside a filing cabinet. We have this filing cabinet that we have for a very, very long time. Imagine it, I like to refer to it as the filing cabinet of life. So this filing cabinet with all these concertina files on them, labeled all different things, and we just collect and collect and collect. We collect invoices and bills and receipts and everything else that at some point of our lives we feel is really detrimental. Then we get to that dreaded task eventually one day when we pluck up enough courage and energy and willpower to go and clean out the filing cabinet. And we go through and we say, this isn't great, don't need this anymore. This was useful back then, not useful now. And so we start the cleaning process. So if you move that analogy and think about the filing cabinet of life, how many things have we actually stored for years and years and years until we get to a point of that's enough? Don't need to store that anymore. It really is no longer useful. And I thought about the parallels between that process and the clothing process. And this is why for me, both go so beautifully hand in hand because there's such parallels there. So of course, when it comes to the wardrobe, what we do is we clean out the wardrobe, don't we? So we go through what doesn't suit, we go through what doesn't fit, we go through perhaps things that aren't in great condition anymore and all of that. And that's how we start that process. But how do we actually claim back our internal style and our internal power? How do we claim that back? So it starts from a place of being incredibly centered and incredibly focused, and then really uncovering the truth of who we are. And once we have uncovered that, being able to explain that to people in a way that feels really honest and really true for us. I had a really interesting conversation with a lady a couple of days ago who was talking about a message that she had put out there. And when the message was received, it was received in a way that she hadn't anticipated. And then she second guessed herself. Now, the truth of that is that I think there's this part of us that feels vulnerable at any given point in time. I mean, this feels really vulnerable doing videos and things like that as well. We're all exposed on some level. But this is the way that we can connect with each other. Sometimes we've got to show that little bit of vulnerability, and sometimes we've got to be really, really open to just being free. And I think that that's where the freedom and the true style comes from. The true style of who we are. It doesn't matter whether it's in clothing or whether that's in our own internal style. So based on all of that, I've put together a really fun and cool activity, which I thought you'd get a lot out of. And it really starts to, I suppose it just supports you on that journey. And it's been created as a PDF with some instructions. So all you need to do is send me a PM with your contact details. Happy to chat about it as well if you like. It's of course free of charge, so no obligation. And I just want you to really, really start to uncover your style and who you are. So I look forward to hearing you, and I look forward to being part of your journey.